Welcome to Happy Tuesday. We're always here talking about self-care and for your emotional health, emotional wealth. And I'm so excited to come to you after an amazing connection, talking about clarity, courage, and connection as well. An amazing connection in book club last night and talking about the four agreements and the first chapter. And the first chapter is like our word and how easy it is to not be in connection with our word for ourselves and to ourselves. So as you come in, say hello, put in the chat if this resonates with you or if anything resonates with you. I had an amazing workshop on Saturday. Oh my gosh, it was beautiful, a beautiful tribute to the new moon, a beautiful tribute to um, all of us in the room and for Chinese New Year too, to release all of the negative and bring in anything and everything that is possible, right? And that brought me to this conversation today is connection, clarity, and courage, and getting clear on our word, getting clear on what our word means to us and the values and our core beliefs of the words that we think and say and hear and listen to that cause us to react or be activated or codependency or to stay in the same pathway as our ancestors just because that's what we know. And how easy it is to speak things and you be like, oh my gosh, that was totally my mother. Like, I don't even know why I said that or why I act like that because it's not in alignment to who I am. But it doesn't mean it doesn't come up, right? And so that is the clarity part of this conversation, because we get to get clear on what words we're going to listen to and speak of. We get to be clear to our values and to our core, what's important to us, what we're intention of in this world while we are here alive. What is our intention to create? And I think all of us here are change makers. All of us here, our intention is to create a different way, a different pathway, a different way of being, a different parameter, a different world, right? And so we're change makers, and we get to get clear on how we want to show up for the new world, or how we want to show up in this new way for ourselves and for our family. And in doing so, when we're clear about what we value and what we're trying to create or what we represent, it gives other people an opportunity to do the same thing. It teaches other people like, well, she's being honest and bold and unfiltered. Gosh, that looks like it feels good, right? So we get to get clear. What is the intention you're bringing into 2023? What is the intention you're bringing into every relationship? Connection that you're creating? Did you get up at 6 o'clock or 9 o'clock or noon, right? What is your intention? What you create? Maybe noon is good because you worked all night. Maybe your self-care because you have been feeling 100% and you get to pour into you because that's your season, or that's what we're going through right now. And that's perfectly okay. Wherever you are is perfectly where you're supposed to be, right? Which I get to think about and remember as well. Be where you are. And wherever you are is perfectly where you're supposed to be. I try to control the outcome. Y'all resonate, put it in the chat and be like, me too. Same, Shannon. The next word that I wanted to talk about is courage. And this is absolutely impeccable when you're doing a modality to be the change in your family, to be the change in your own life. It takes a lot of courage to stand up and be like, no, this is not okay. No, I want better for my family. It took me a lot of courage to try things that I didn't understand and have the faith in other humans that where they were leading me was the next step in my healing journey. And I trusted because they were my friend, and it was connected to my value. It was connected to my core belief that there was something better, that I could help people with their pain and discomfort and addiction. And that's what I thought my purpose was to simply help people with pain and addiction, because they're the same thing, right? Not the same thing, but they go hand in hand for me in my life. And And it warped into what it is now, and the emotional pain, right? Emotional pain and physical pain, mental health, and all the things, and trauma, right? But you have the courage, you get to create that first step, and that makes you nervous, that makes you worrisome, maybe your palms sweaty, maybe it doesn't feel good in your stomach and you kind of get nauseous. Being the change and being a change maker is a massive first step, and again gives other people the opportunity to do the same. And so when you're walking into like the workshop on Saturday, or you're walking into a modality, you're going to Hidden Gem, or you're going to a real live session somewhere, it takes courage to walk in there alone without a group of people or your tribe or your family, people that help support you, right? It takes courage to do something different that you've never done, especially when you don't know what to expect. And even more so when we're talking about emotional wellness, right? You get to entrust another human with your emotions, and that can be kind of scary. I know it was for me, being a control freak when it comes to what I'll put myself into now versus before. And so it takes courage, first of all, courage to be vulnerable in somebody else's light, right? Courage to be vulnerable and authentic and open into sharing emotions is like sharing your innermost stuff, right? Because you can't, if you feel me and you resonate with me and you're with me, you probably can tell where I've been or some of my journey, because it'll be there. Like if I'm walking with somebody or walk in a room, I can see somebody who is in an abusive relationship or has been through a hard journey of trauma. I can feel their vibration. So if you're intuitive like that, you're in this group, most likely you can feel that too. That you lost my train of thought because I was visualizing being in a room with a bunch of people. That's so funny. Sidetracked. But it takes courage to be the change maker in your story. It takes courage to take the step to do a modality in the first place, and to do the self-care that it takes to create that step, and the self-care that it takes to help your body continue the release and continue the letting go of those emotions, letting go of those past words, phrases, or beliefs that we held on to for so long. That codependency, right? Even though it's not comfortable to be in that position, even though it's not comfortable to hold the pain in your shoulders, the pain in your lower back or your hips or your knee, it's still known. So in a sense, it's still comfortable because you know it's going to be there tomorrow, right? And it's uncomfortable to go step outside that box of what you don't know. So that is courage in alignment with emotional wellness. It takes so much courage to be a chain maker in a different world, to show your true self, to be authentic, unfiltered, outspoken, in self-preservation, right? And self-preservation is protection. Self-preservation is being authentically speaking your truth, no matter the prices, no matter who may not like you, no matter the feelings that may come up. Somebody sent me a message today, which enhanced this conversation. And it was something to the fact that the words that I say today will empower a strong person, and the words that I say today will destroy a weak person. So we get this conversation, and if somebody like your tribe is pouring into you and serving you and assisting you to move forward, it's not comfortable. And we get to say yes or no to, if we're open to feedback. But it's always uncomfortable to be the giver of the feedback, because what if they think that I'm too strong, or what if they think that I'm attacking them, right? This conversation came up yesterday when I was talking about my strengths. My strengths are amazing in relationships and connecting, and that's where I get to sit in my feelings and stay out of my head, right? The attic or the head. We get out of our head and we get to get in our heart. And that's where I do best. And I think that we're told, and it's more accepted to have be logical, not follow your heart, like just do what you're supposed to do. Like all of us are doctors, all of us are lawyers, like that whole thing. Or women should be quiet or reserved or work in the home, like all those predecessor things that we've been shared in our life, we absorb, right? And so we're going against the grain. That takes courage. The third, oh my gosh, the third most powerful word here in this conversation today is my favorite, and it's connection. Connection is in my top strengths. And we're talking about strengths. I'm talking about Clifton strengths. And my Clifton strengths are a little judgy. I have 6 judgy strengths in my top strengths. And the judginess is because I come in to the conversation with my core values. I come in with the belief of the possibility, even when others don't believe themselves yet. Like I see it before it actually happens. And that can kind of come off judgy. And so in this connecting to the other 2 parts. Connection is to believe in yourself. This is how I want to describe connection. I want to believe in myself that the pathway that I'm taking is the correct way. I want to believe so wholeheartedly in the words that I am absorbing, listening to, and the people that I have around me are for me, right? The connection between my heart and my mind are the same. Like that connection can be massive, but the realization that you are a change maker, the realization that you entered into this practice, the modality or the learning of something different for your benefit, and connecting that there is a higher power, or that there is more for you to learn, or more for you to go through your journey, a modality that can help you along that and make that easier and more flowing for you, is a connection to your inner self, right? It's a connection to your heart. If you're going through anything, we've all gone through a lot in the last three years, let's just be honest right now, go through anything that is a hardship, we always pray and hope and have faith that all of this is for something, right? Or there's something to learn from this. And if you don't feel that way, I completely feel that way. Like my entire life, I have belief is my number 5 strength. And so my belief in possibilities and my belief in the goodness of others overruns everything in my mind and my heart. And so I feel like everything that occurs, I get to learn from, or it gets to show me something. I was just having a conversation today, and connecting the dots is a conversation that I have weekly. And on my vision board, I have put a picture of a woman doing a plank. Like she looks really strong, she's fit, obviously her legs both work, that kind of thing. And it was the feeling behind it was I will be in balance. My mind and my body and my emotional health will be in balance and talk to each other, ever flowing, right? Like they will speak to each other so that my body doesn't break, to show me my emotions are not in check. And today, I talk about in my coaching, and when I talk about the tree. The tree of life is my favorite thing. It's been my emblem. It's been in my office. It's been in my rooms and throughout my stories forever. And a tree has roots, right? And I picture us as trees. We're all unique. We're all beautiful. We all have legs. We have a core. We have skin, and then bark, we have our limbs, and they all work for us, right? And so our legs are really the trunk of the tree, or the roots of the tree system. And a tree that is grown and is planted in a greenhouse, if you will, or a protected dome, it gets sunshine, it gets light, it gets as much water as it needs, and it can grow. Absolutely. That tree will grow and it'll grow and it'll grow. It'll be really thin and really small, and the root system will not be long, and it will not be wide because it doesn't have to search for water, because it's fed and is nutrient rich every single day of its life, right? The biggest, the boldest, the strongest trees that are in the world are planted out where the weather is. It is gone through the storm, it has gone through the hail, it has gone through the wind, it has been flexed, it has been beaten in rocks and carved by things, and woodpeckers have pecked it, and the squirrels have played on it, and the wind and the storms and tornadoes bow, makes it bow over, and the limbs bend and twist. And all of the things that it goes through makes it stronger, wider, deeper, root system deeper, wider, longer, and stronger, just like us. Everything that we do in our journey, everything that we go through is for us to get stronger, wider, and deeper, so we can have the maximum benefit to somebody else. So we have the maximum feelings, the maximum shifting, the maximum growth that we can while we're here on this journey, just like a tree. And so in this perspective, we talked about my leg, right? In the last 3 months, I've had a lot of breakdown. In the last 3 months, I've had a lot of healing to do, right? Scars have been done. I've about cut my finger off with a hedge trimmer in October, and I literally crushed my ankle in December. And so maybe this was the last part of my healing journey, like getting my legs. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. And so it has to be true. And when you start speaking your words authentically, when you stop being filtered, when you start pouring into yourself, looking into what modalities can help move you forward, you're going to help somebody else do the same thing. And every single time I come live on here, every single time I have a new client and I speak into them and I do a coaching session, or I enroll a new human in doTERRA and I say, what is your highest need? Is it emotions? Is it energy? Is it gut health? Is it kids and family? Is it detoxing? What is the highest pain point? The game changer that you want to create magic in your household, because I can help you with that and I can support you with that, right? And every single time I learn something different, or I have a shift in my household's health or a break in my leg, I get to dive into that deeper, and I get to look at the emotional side of it. And the emotional side of breaking your ankle or your foot is the fear of moving forward in your life, a fear of success, and a fear is stepping into your future of who you are supposed to be. And it is a healing journey. And every single time I step on my ankle and my foot, because I'm walking on it the last 3 days, it doesn't feel comfortable. But what growth feels comfortable in the moment, right? Does growth ever feel comfortable? It kind of hurts a little. It's a little painful. But working through the self-care and the coaches that I've hired and using my essential oils, one that I am connected to a lot this week is Forgive, and I'm using it every single day. And I get to pour into myself to heal this break, to heal my legs, to get my roots centered, my roots strengthened, so that I can do the same for somebody else. That's what I'm here for. That's what we're all here for. We want to do better, show better way, and help our kids do something different and learn a different way as well, to break those cycles that are in our family, to break the chains that hold you back, to break the emotional chains, and to unleash your inner greatness, because you are amazing and you're powerful beyond measure. I am powerful beyond measure. I learned that when I broke my ankle. Guys, my bone density is massive. I've never broken a bone up until now, and I'm 44 years old. So weird. Or is it? Weird. So it comes to self-care. And we talk about that all the time. And I talk about it and I do self-care, but I obviously needed to do more self-care and listen to my body more. And so in this self-care, I'm going to invite you to, especially after a gem session, after Saturday's conversation and breaking the cycles of our generations above us. I did a gem session on myself on Saturday, and it was like 1,600 generations. That is a lot of people that felt fear, and that had body breakdown because of success, because of fear of success. And there was a lot of body shame. There was a lot of food addiction. There was a lot of feminine issues. There was a lot of father issues. And I got to release all of that for everybody above me that never released those informations and those emotions, all of those humans above me. And I got to help myself, and I got to help my posterity. My kids and my grandkids and their grandkids will never feel those feelings that I released on Saturday, because it's no longer going to affect them. And that is a passion that I have, because the ripple effect of me doing gem and generational healing for everybody, the world will be a better place. And it is self-care. It's like getting your nails done or getting a massage. It is self-care. Just like going for a run, just like working out in a massive way or going to yoga and you sweat. It is endorphins that are released. You get all those chemicals out of your body. It is a detox process. You get to elevate your breathing. Your heart gets raised. Even if you go through a panic moment, it is an amazing exfoliation of all of the shit that you have in your body. So it is all for us. Our body can get through that, and it also can release that. And then your mind knows, like, holy shit, we didn't die. You're stronger for it, just like the tree. And so self-care, I'm a little babbly, probably because I'm not in my own house, but self-care, along this new moon and the new year and the lunar year and the water, like the rabbit and all of the things that this has to offer us, is to pour into self-care and go with emotion, pour into you and feel the connection. Be courageous, because this year is going to be massive and it's a breakthrough year. I really feel like it's a breakthrough year for everybody. So keep to your word. Release the chains of the conversations and the words and the beliefs of your ancestors, because they do not serve you today. It is a completely different world today. And we're creating a completely different world for tomorrow, for us and for our children and our grandchildren, for everybody that's going to be here. We get to not listen to those words of the people before us, because they do not serve us and it does not resonate and it doesn't feel good right now, right? So we get to pour into that power. We get to be courageous, and we get to have clear messaging. We get to be authentic with our words to ourselves and to the others around us, because it creates positive boundaries. It creates the powerful, positive tribe of humans you want and need to be connected to, that want and need to be connected to you. If you're authentic and unfiltered and clear in what you want and how you portray yourself, you will find your tribe, and you will understand that you're not alone in this world, because we're not. We felt like we were alone a lot of times as kids, and probably, if you're anything like me, felt different, alone, and just blended in maybe, or tried to blend in just to pass through life, right? And it's time to not blend in. It's time not to just let life pass us by. It's time to pour into us, however that looks like for you, whatever lights your heart on fire. I encourage you to do more of that, right? Do more of what lights you on fire. Do more of what gives you joy. Do more of what makes you smile. Be around the humans that make you smile, give you joy, and make your heart happy. And stay away from the people that don't. That is the first key, right? And the second key is to let it go. So I encourage you, I'm going to do this. I'm going to write a letter to my leg, and I'm going to tell it how mad I am and how it's not supporting me. And I'm going to hope for a download from my body afterwards, telling me what it's wanting to teach me, right? So if you have an issue in your body that you don't like, or maybe you have a gut health issue, maybe you can't move like you wanted to, maybe your right arm is immobile or something to that fact, write a letter to it, be nasty with it if you want to, and release all of that emotion, because all of the words and all the thoughts that you say out loud every day or think every day matter, and your subconscious is listening. Okay, so again, it's the laws of attraction, a little bit of self-care, and a whole lot of courage in this conversation today. You guys are amazing. I hope you have a blessed week and an amazing year. I just feel the energy. Do you feel the energy of 2023? It's going to be massively shifting and bless so many individuals. And I can't wait to cheer you on. All right. Have an amazing day, you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.